All right, guys, happy Monday and welcome to another episode of Motivational Mondays on the Self Love Effect podcast. This is episode 51, and I'm your host, Desiree Toppings. And if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another podcast episode again. So, for today's episode, we're going to talk about the secret to life. And before we get into it, I want you guys to close your eyes and repeat this simple phrase. I am safe to be my true, authentic self. I am safe to be my true, authentic self. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. The secret to life, and I'm going to give it to you right off the bat, is to be authentically you, unapologetically you at all times of every day throughout every stage of your life. The easiest job we have is to wake up every morning to do you, to be you, for you. And over the weekend, I was actually listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, one of my favorite podcasts of all times. And Snoop Dogg was a special guest. And within the first 2 minutes of that episode, Joe had asked him, how has he been so successful? And it is because he has been his true, authentic self. He lives fearlessly as him and nobody else. There's no comparison because the easiest job in the world is to just wake up every morning and do you. There's no other way around it. And we see this impact in the world right now and through generations that we try so hard to fit in. We try so hard to be like everyone else and to compare ourselves when it would just be so much easier if we woke up every morning and just were our true, authentic self. Unapologetically us, not trying to hide behind any blinders, and just live that way with purpose that we are ourselves and everything else comes easier. We're able to just vibrate with our inner energy, with our inner source energy. Everything just is at high vibrations at all times because we are true to us. But it is so hard, right? It is so hard because it's been ingrained in us that if we are different, then we are a problem. If we speak our own truth, it is lies. If we want to be ourselves, it is impossible. It doesn't make sense. Why would you be yourself? Why would you be embracing all parts of you when that's not perfection? But in reality, that is perfection. Being you is perfect because no one else is you. That's the entire game, right? Your superpower is that you are you and no one else is you. And so I'm going to tell you, stop trying to please everyone. Stop doing things you don't feel like doing. Don't wait for other people's approval. Don't agree with everyone if that's not the way you feel. Don't focus on what the world tells you to be. Don't care about being accepted. You are unique. You are unlike anyone else. And you have gifts to share with the world. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough knowing that every day you get the opportunity to be yourself and inspire other people? Because when people see you, they don't think, oh, that person's weird. That person's different. Maybe some people, okay, and I'll retract that. Maybe some people do. But when people see you living authentically, it shows them how it should be done. And I read this quote over the weekend and it just hit differently. And it's by Rudy Francisco. And he says, perhaps we should love ourselves so fiercely that when others see us, they know exactly how it should be done. And that's just it, is that there may be people that go through their entire lives and will never share their true colors or will only do it behind closed doors because they don't want to be judged. But you have the opportunity to do you. It doesn't matter if you're dancing on the street and everyone's filming you and recording. If you're happy with yourself, if you are true to yourself and you are the best version of you and you're not causing any harm to anyone around you, then rejoice in knowing that you are you and you are living your best life. And the problem is this: the fears that take over the mind and knowing that being our true authentic self cannot possibly happen because of these things. And I want you to sit back and ask yourself, is this what's holding you back? Because these things are part of human nature. They've been a part of societal expectations, and they make us believe that if we don't follow these certain guidelines, that we are going to reap the repercussions from them. So I want you to answer these questions to yourself. Do you have the fear of standing out? Does that make you uncomfortable even thinking about if you stand out, what people may think of you? You know, I think about in class when you know the right answer to the question and you hold back from raising your hand because you look around you and no one else is raising their hand. If you know the answer, what's keeping you from being different? Embrace your individuality. Embrace that you have the courage to raise your hand. Number 2, the fear of judgment. Oh man, how many of us are so terrified of being judged? You know, it will literally hinder your entire progress because you think, oh man, if I go out and do this and if I fail or if I succeed, people are going to judge me. What are they going to think? Are they going to think that I'm just, it was given to me, or that I just paid someone a whole bunch of money? Or with this podcast, oh, what does she have to say? She's nobody. She's not, you know, someone in on television. You know what would have happened if I would have said the fear of being judged while I'm sharing my story on first pilot, and now I'm here episode 51. I mean, how far would I have made it? You know, it's you are good enough without the approval of others. So stop allowing people to hinder your progress because you're the fear of being judged. The truth is, people are always going to have something to say about you. Okay. And this is long before whatever you're about to do. They've had that judgment towards you since the day they met you. Okay. Number 3, the fear of failure. We're all going to fail in life. But failure opens doors to new opportunities. It's a way to grow. It's a way to take that rejection and find redirection. Okay, so the fear of failure, what if you did fail? What if it flopped really bad? Whatever you're doing, whatever you're on a mission to succeed at, what if it flopped? Are you just going to stay stuck? Because that's how you learn. Okay? That is life, and the beauty of life, that we constantly get to grow, we constantly get to evolve, and we constantly get to learn because of our failures. Number 4, the fear of haters. Okay, this is a big one. I feel like ever since social media became big, thankfully, when I was a child, we didn't have any of that stuff. So I really didn't care. And now our youth and even us as adults, we have it all around us. We fear, for example, posting a certain post because we feel like, oh man, I'm telling my truth, but what are they going to think? Are they going to, the correct terminology would be persecution, but I fear them. For what? Are they paying your bills? Are they making a difference in your life? Are they um paying for your kids' Christmas gifts? You know, what are they to you in your life? And even family. You're going to have haters in family. Oh man, that runs so deep. We've talked about that in one of the episodes back in May. There's always going to be someone around you that wants to take you down. And that is only because they are not at your level. They don't possess the strengths you do, but they wish they could. So the only way is to tear you apart, to tear you down. You cannot hide who you are because others will be made to feel uncomfortable when you shine. You don't have to be inconsiderate either. So I'm not talking about flaunting and being obnoxious about your success. But your success didn't come free. So you don't need to ignore it because of the haters. You were born to celebrate it. And number 5, the fear of success. Okay, look, success doesn't come easy. You're going to have to push through obstacles. You're going to have to climb mountains. But you don't have to pretend that you aren't successful because of what you think others may think or how others may feel. It is bittersweet to find that success, to feel that success, but you need to embrace it. You've worked hard for it. And I think lots of times the problem with living authentic and living true to ourselves is because we forget how to value our worth. So we bury ourselves at the very bottom, right? There's like layers. And I use this analogy a lot and a lot of times with my clients, but I'm drowning and it's so hard to uncover the layers, like the seaweed, or the moss, whatever how you want to visualize it. It's keeping me down at the bottom of the ocean and I'm trying so hard. Yet the only person that is on the other side and staring down at me is myself. Nobody else. I am to blame. I am to blame when I don't live authentic. I am to blame when I'm not living unapologetically me. And guess what? I'm weird. I'm weird to the point where I was the kid that spent my time during um, lunch in my teacher's classrooms. I never really found my group when I was in high school and middle school. I have friends I still talk to here and there after moving back to California, but I never had one set circle. I feel like I always jumped around, right? And it was because I always felt like I was different, and I am different. I don't I think the older I get, I become more my father where I walk into a room and I'm just confident in me, and I'm okay if I'm the person that sticks out like a sore thumb, because this is it. That when you are that person, you're inspiring other people to be themselves. You're inspiring other people to love who they are and embrace who they are. And that is why my stretch marks are a part of me and I love them. Like I'll smile on photos with them, and that's not fake. I love who I've become with them. Because of them, I am stronger today. And it sounds crazy because, like it took me so long to get here, but it is so amazing to feel whole, to feel liberated, to feel the chains fall off, to stand a little taller, to walk a little taller, to be able to change lives around me, because that is just it. That it's not just about you, it's not just about me. It's not just about going through life through the motions, it's about changing lives, impacting lives. And we have the power to do that when we live truly authentic. Being yourself takes a shit ton of courage. It is the most organic thing you could do. And no matter how strange it feels at times, embrace your uniqueness. And this is a quote that I love, and I love to repeat it to myself, and I love to write it down over and over again. And it's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he says, to be yourself in a world that it's constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. So challenge yourself to do the things that scare you. Challenge yourself to do the things that make you stand out. Challenge yourself to be you, to show up for you, to focus on you. Challenge yourself to change your mindset, to do the things that make you authentically you and unapologetically you. I want you guys to participate in this exercise, because when you value your worth, you're able to see that being your true authentic self is true freedom. And so the very first thing I want you guys to do is to take some time and to think about the things that make you different. Write them down. About 3 to 5 things that make you different, that make you unique. And next to that, I want you to write how it makes you feel. What kind of feelings come up to the surface? The next thing, I want you to take time to write 3 things that you stand for. What do you stand for? For example, I stand for authenticity. Okay, and right next to that, I want you to list the characteristics that are needed to be XYZ. And then I want you guys to take from that list of what things that you stand for and create affirmations that you can repeat daily to yourself. Create these affirmations so that you remind yourself of your worth. But most importantly, taking time to write things down that make you you, what makes you different, is a reminder that you are unlike anyone else. You are you, they are them, but not ignoring who you are is allowing you to live a life that you are not pretending to be someone else or what you think it should look like. I challenge you to be yourself, be your true, authentic self. And if something's heavy on your heart, share it, because I promise you that someone else needs to hear it. You're not extra, you're not putting too much out there. It's whatever you feel like sharing, whatever you feel that needs to come to the surface. There is someone out there in this big old world that needs to hear it. And I guarantee you're going to change their life. You're going to contribute to them seeing that they are more than. And that is how we change the world. That is how we make an impact, because we can be like everyone else. We could be going through the motions and trying to live up to these unrealistic expectations by society, but it's not going to change anyone's life. It's just going to encourage people to be just like everyone else. So be the light, be different, clap for others, be the person that makes other people bigger, lift them up. And you could do so every single day when you are the best version of you by being authentic, by being unapologetic. So go be great, go be yourself, change lives, because you don't need to be anyone famous. You don't need to be on a TV screen. You need to be you, and that is enough. That is enough to change the world. So do something today that will leave the world better than you found it. And I promise you, the freedom you gain from it will last a lifetime, and it is a feeling like no other. So have an amazing start to your week. I love you guys. I'm here clapping for you guys. I love you guys, and thank you for your constant love and support. I promise you, it makes a difference in my life every single day. When I see you guys listening, when I receive your messages about the podcast, when I receive messages how I've helped, it burns a fire in me. It has been lit so bright over and over again. So let's continue to embrace who we are, to be authentic, and take each day one day at a time in transforming our lives to be the best version of us. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. All right, guys, let me drop you off some discount codes. First on the list, we have Born Primitive. If you haven't done so already, get your hands on their fall collection. Winter collection is just around the corner, but we also have been dropping so much patriotic apparel, and I am in love with it. I just received this week, We the People, and I am excited to wear it and take photos in it. But the link to the Born Primitive site is in the synopsis. It's also on my social media links, but that link automatically saves you 10% at checkout automatically. Okay. So there's no discount code that you have to type in. Automatically appears. If you have any problems with that, please let me know and I will get that fixed immediately. Now, save your hands, stop tearing, get yourself some WodnDone. The best scripts I haven't torn. They've been taking care of my hands for over a year. And I could tell you that I repeatedly use them because they are the best on the market. You could save at checkout using Treasures 10. For those of you who are ready for a lifestyle change, not a short term, not just another diet, you are going to want to be part of Team Self Love Effect on the First Form app. You download the First Form app, you add me as your advisor, and you become a part of this amazing, brilliant, and supportive community. Would love to have you a part of it. It's 100% free. If you have any questions, let me know. But that is the First Form app, and you can add me as your advisor. And if you have any any questions at all regarding supplements, please never hesitate to ask. The link to the First Form website for SUPs is in the synopsis below. And if you love headbands, head over to Maven Thread, get some workout headbands. Colorful, they even have different themes throughout the year. You can use Self Love Effect 15 at checkout. Last but not least, you can head over to selfloveeffect.com, save using Self Love Effect, and get yourself some new apparel. Rock some Self Love Effect, take some pictures, tag me, and I'll add you on our social media pages. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you received as I hope you got out of it as much as I was able to put into it, because really it's all about showing up for you guys and inspiring and making the world a better place, but allowing you all to know that I am here for you, and the world is a better place when we're supporting each other and when we uplift one another, because it truly is a domino effect. You guys inspire me in hopes that I might inspire you, and then you inspire somebody else, and then it trickles down. So have an amazing rest of your week, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.